My name is Takeni Samuel Teunwa. I am from Benue State, Macaulay precisely. I was having difficulties to stool for a very long time. Over 3 weeks, I would find it very difficult for me to stool. So I had to see a gastrologist. So when I went to the teaching hospital to see the gastrologist, he referred me for a colonoscopy. I went for the colonoscopy and then the scoop could not pass my sigmoid junction. So I had to run back again and meet the gastrologist. I asked him that what next will I do? He said that I have to go for a Baron enema test so that we will know why the scoop could not pass through the sigmoid junction. I went immediately the next day to have a Baron enema test. They started the procedure and also the results also stated that there was an obstruction between the sigmoid junction. So the enema was returning back to my rectum. So because of this reason, they have 95% chance that I have an endodenal carcinoma. I didn't know what this means. So I went back to the gastrologist. He said that they are trying to say that I have an obstruction in my sigmoid colon, that there is a mass there, that I'll have to go and have a CT scan. He now understands the reason why the scoop could not pass through my sigmoid junction during the colonoscopy. I was so worried. I was so frustrated. The next day, I traveled to Jos to have my CT scan. But before this CT scan, there was this gastritis group I was going through on TikTok because I always follow them because I was having symptoms of gastritis. So on the group, there are some doctors that always talk to people who are going through gastritis, trauma and all that. So I was telling them about my situation in the comment section, and one of the doctors in the live, the TikTok live, had interest in my comment and started asking me some questions. She now followed my page. I followed her back. The Spirit of God just led me to send her a message. I sent her a message. Hello. She replied. She said, "This is my WhatsApp number. Can you write me on WhatsApp?" I wrote her on WhatsApp. When I wrote her on WhatsApp and I showed her the results of the colonoscopy that they could not pass through my sigmoid junction, I showed her the Baron enema, that there was an obstruction, together with my symptoms and the pictures that I sent her about my stool. She says it's obvious, is what they are seeing in the result, but let us pray. There's nothing that God cannot do. I was very emotional. I was saying, oh my God. So even meeting this doctor now, I was expecting her to say that I want to refer you to somebody who know how to do this, or I'm sending you to a facility that can handle this, or I will recommend somebody who is good to handle this. All of a sudden she asked me, "Are you a Christian?" I smiled. I said, "Yes, I am a Christian." She prayed for me that day. After praying, she told me that she is not trying to drag me away from my faith, but she also joined a prayer online that is NSPPD. That do I know Pastor Jerry Eze? I told her, yes, I used to see his clips on Facebook. So he said, okay, do you used to join? I said, no, I don't used to join. He said, please, can you do something for me? I said, what's that? He said, can you be joining these prayers every 7 a.m. in the morning? I said, yes, I will do that. I started joining this prayer. Every morning she will wake me up with calls to remind me that it's prayer time. Do you have data? If you don't have data, I will send you some data so that you stream. So at some point I started to imagine that why is this doctor, this woman, why is she so interested for me to pray in this place? And also she's even willing to send me data. In other places sometimes you even go to church, they will start telling you bring this, bring that, but this she's even willing to give me money for me to put data for, so that I will stream. See that she's a living testimony herself, that I should just believe in what I'm doing, I should pray with faith. I said, okay. While I was in Jos to have that CT scan, I followed the morning prayer before my procedure. That very day, the man of God said, go, what they saw before, they are not going to see it again.
Somebody hear me as I hear the Lord. What they saw before, they will not see it again.
When they did the procedure, after my result came out, the result started having a twist. They started thinking about 3 different things together: IBD or I have IBS. But there is a stricture which they saw, a stricture that says they saw a 2.5 centimeter stricture narrowing in my sigmoid colon. So it can also be cancer. I sent her the report. She told me that Error is already doing something. Before they pointed out only adenocarcinoma in the Baron enema, that I have a mass in my colon. The CT now is saying that I do not have a mass in my colon. My lymph nodes and my organs all are okay. So that should be a major breakthrough. God is already doing something. Started believing. She will call me and tell me that, did you just watch the testimony of the woman that they healed of cancer? I will say, yes, I just watched it. But then deep down in my mind, another thought came between me. I said, what if these people are people who already know Pastor Jerry Eze, that they are coming here to come and give testimony? How will I know that these people do not know this man of God? And I started saying, but I don't want to have that kind of thought. I came here with the faith that I will be healed. Okay, let me be that testimony. Since I'm having doubt, meaning that I do not know him, let me be that testimony so that I will testify myself for the goodness of the Lord. I now went back with the reports to my gastrologist. The gastrologist referred me to a surgeon, that I will need to have a surgical intervention, that they will have to take away that part of my colon away so that they will know what is there. But he's happy that they took a biopsy around that sigmoid junction where they could not pass during the colonoscopy, and the biopsy came out, and the only thing that they saw on the biopsy around there was lymphocytic colitis. There was no cancerous growth around there, but though they have not gotten to the point where there is an obstruction, so they cannot be sure. But the only solution is for them to do a resection so that they will remove the part of my colon, so that they will now send that part that there is an obstruction for another biopsy, so that they will be sure of what is there. They call the name of one cancer that can cause narrowing. Saturdays where they don't do prayers, I will go and replay the old videos streaming. I will watch everything. I build my faith so well that I was trusting God for a miracle. Then I went for my appointment on Monday. The prayer before that Monday, the man of God was saying that anything I say, reverse by fire. I knelt down with faith because that was the day I opened my mind with the highest faith I could pray. And they say you are sick. They say you have cancer. I will just say reverse by fire. They say it is impossible.
Whatever I say, I need you to scream it out. Reverse by fire. They say you are sick. They say it is cancer. They say it's an impossibility.
I was praying with my faith and belief. I now went for my appointment. I met the surgeon that they referred me to have my surgery. So when I met them, I explained my symptoms. I explained everything. He saw my results. He reviewed all my results, and he now asked me in my report. The first gastrologist that made my report did not measure the size between my rectum to the sigma colon, but he wants the size. That it's important for him to know the size of that, so that he will be able to know where he's going to reset. I will have a repeat colonoscopy, so that the place he's referring me to, they are going to give me that measurement that he wants. So before my procedure, specialist that is going to handle my colonoscopy there, he now sat me down and he now said that he wants to talk to me. He said, your referring doctor in the teaching hospital sent me to check the measurement between your rectum and to your sigma colon, but I want to ask for your permission to do something different. I now said, why do you want to do something different from what the doctor said you should do? He said that I will not understand. He now told me that he wants to try if he can pass through my sigma colon. I now said, but other people they are not able to pass. They have tried. Even CT scan have showed that there's a stricture there. Baron enema, he said that there's an obstruction there. He said he will try. He started the procedure. When I realized myself and I opened my eye, I asked him, are you able to pass through the sigma junction? He said, can you turn your eye and look at the screen? I have passed the sigma colon since I am in your small intestine. Look at those parts in your small intestine that is like towel. That thing that is like towel there is in your small intestine. I have passed. I did not see any stricture. I didn't see any stricture. To boost your confidence now that you are awake, I want to go back and start again. He went back. He started from my rectum again. He went till he passed the sigma colon without me feeling any pain. This time I was awake. I didn't feel any pain. He passed again. He said I would try it for the third time. He went back again so that I will show you that this thing is not a mistake. He passed again and he went into it again. After he went inside, he now said, I'm going to record this in a tape so that when you take it to the surgeon, you take it to the gastrologist, they will play the tape and they will know that yes, I was able to pass and there was no stricture in your sigma colon. I started thanking God. Thank you, Eroy. Thank you, Eroy. When I went for my appointment on Monday, the doctor told me that according to the new reports that he has seen, I may not need the surgery. Feeling that I was having like my stomach is paralyzed immediately went away. Totally went away. I started feeling my stomach again. I am able to go to the toilet. My stool have become very smooth. I have been going to the toilet. Me that I have not been able to go to the toilet for 3 weeks. I have been going to the toilet now. If you see me before, there was no flesh on my body. I lost all my weight. There was no weight. I was even ashamed of myself to look into the camera. If you see me today, anybody that have seen me before will notice so much change. Even the doctors told me that you are looking bright today. You are looking bright today. Everything was looking amazing to them. And I booked for my next appointment. When I met with him, he saw me. He smiled. He said, thank that your God that you serve. Thank him so much. So if I didn't send you back to have a repeat colonoscopy or just to check that measurement, so I would have just operated you and I would have operated you for nothing because you did not need any operation. And today, me that was coming to say that maybe people who came to give their testimony know Pastor Jerry Eze. Today I'm coming to give my testimony to the glory of God. Now I am the one that used to invite people. I share links to people. I encourage people. I want to thank God. I am proud to say I am an NSPPD.